It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:30.
What are you thinking of getting?
Oh, I'm getting a medium black coffee and a sausage biscuit. Sausage on the pancakes. What do they call it? Not the sausage.
Oh, the McGriddle.
Sausage McGriddle. But I got I'm all made up. My mind's made up. I know what I'm getting before I even get there, and a big glass of water.
Does Diana know the menu as well?
Oh, she does, but let me say this. I park the moving truck in the center of the parking lot. Nobody's in the middle of the parking lot. Negotiating around cars gets me worried. I don't want to run into anybody or a telephone pole or anything. So I park it in the middle of an empty parking lot. Okay, nothing around it. We get out, we go in. I place my order, black coffee, sausage McGriddle, and I say, "You're up, Diana." So she's looking at the board. Do I want a latte or do I want a small coffee? Maybe I want pancakes. No, I don't want pancakes. Oh, they have yogurt. No, do I want? No, I had yogurt yesterday. So while she's ruminating and delaying, I'm just standing there patiently and happy that I'm not like picking up an 85-pound box. But I see a little guy in a McDonald's uniform do a little pirouette next to me while we're looking at the board ordering. And he's doing a little dance and kind of giggling and pointing at the door. And it's a beautiful sunny day out there. And I'm like, what is this guy dancing about? And I look at the door and I see flames shooting up in the sky. And I say, oh, what the hell? Wait a minute. My truck's out there. Holy crap. Is my truck on fire? So I look out and I say, no, my truck's not on fire. Thank goodness. It's just a car on fire. Oh, so it's not my truck. Wait a minute, that car is right next to my truck, Lord. And my truck's loaded with books. So I immediately say, oh, and I bolt out the door while everybody doesn't know what's going on. I don't even explain. And I go running up to the truck, and I'm trying to unlock the driver's side door, but I'm shaking because I'm scared to death, and I feel the heat on my back from the car. The front of the car is totally immolated, flames like you couldn't believe. I finally unlocked the truck, get in, start it up. I'm pooping my pants. There's no other way to put it. It scared the heck out of me. Start the truck up, slam it into gear, and drive off away to the other corner of the parking lot.
Is Diana in the truck?
No, Diana's still in McDonald's, probably trying to decide on what to get for breakfast. Yeah. But at this point, I hop out of the truck, and she at this point came to and decided, let's get the hell out of here. So with the crowd now assembling, watching this car on fire, and everybody's expecting it to explode at any moment when the gas line catches, she comes out and says, let's just get the hell out of here and get up to the next place. So very freaky. We get on those California interstates, get up to the next place. Bob is not there. He had instructed the storage place to give me the key because they put a new lock on. They cut the old one off that he didn't have a key for, and they gave me the key. And Bob sort of warned me. He said it's going to be very messy. It's going to be horrible. Be careful. So I opened this storage unit up, and there were another 60 cartons in there, and they were covered in plastic. But on top of the plastic was a pretty thick layer of, I guess, dust, and there was some mouse and rodent feces on it, and so it was kind of nasty. Bob advised that I should get a mask, but I just put a bandana around my face, so I looked like a burglar emptying the thing out. But that went right quick, and we drove down the street and got really good fish tacos at a cheap Mexican place. To end that part of the story. Now, driving down to the shipping company, I had to negotiate some highway on mountainsides, and that bloody box truck was full, and the brakes were smoking. I was 2 feet on the brakes trying to slow the bloody thing down, going down mountain hills and merges, and it got scary a couple times. The one thing I didn't want to do was roll the thing. Right. Which I did not, and then we shipped back 6 more skids that afternoon.
So what'd you do, 6 total or 10 or something?
I think we did 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we've unpacked your load yet. I think it's still boxed up.
Oh, really?
I can't remember. I don't know. My son did it. He was doing the unpacking in the summer. I think yours came in after. I think they're still in boxes.
I looked at one box of the stuff I got because I dropped it and it split open. It must have been late in the day and I must have been fatigued, and it split open, and the few books that I saw I was quite happy with.
Yeah,
I just taped it back up and got it back on the truck.
It's an interesting collection in that there are multiple copies of certain books in there. I don't know if the guy was a teacher and had a private lending library, or how a man amasses whatever that is, 20, 30,000 math and physics books.
I think 30,000, 35,000. Yeah, it's incredible.
Like, why would he have multiples? There's so many unanswered questions in our business. We don't know why people do what they do with these collections.
And I took a phone call the other day where one of the people on the phone call wanted to know why people collect. And I told him, I don't care why people collect.
Right. Well, it's really not our business. That's not part of our business.
Right. All right. We're not psychologists, or we're not here to dwell on aspects of collecting.
And sort of to revisit the notion of ABE sending out a verifier for Bookjacker's inventory, it goes to show how hard it is for people not in the book business to get an accurate count. Even for us in the book business, sometimes it's hard to tell how many books are in an area. We do have systems. We're pretty good at it.
Right.
But we did get a call last week from a woman, again, in California, and her husband had recently passed, and he had a philosophy library, and she said this is a quote, over 100,000 books. I said, whoa, I've got to see this. So she did send us some photos. I ended up doing the purchase remotely, again, using a moving company, and based on box count, it appears to be closer to 15,000 books.
Sure.
Which look like 100,000 to her.
Right. 100,000 books, you're going to need a house the size of a museum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially if they're on shelves still.
Right. Cleveland Museum of Art has 500,000 books in their collection, supposedly. Mm-hmm. But look at their facility. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But an individual collecting 100,000 books is just baffling or mind-blowing or near impossibility, I would imagine.
Darn near impossible. We did get a letter once 20 years ago from a woman, again, whose husband passed away in Virginia, and that letter was even better. She said, and this is a quote also, his collection of over 1 million books.
1 million books in that ranch in Alexandria.
Yeah. So we did that job, and that 1 million books is actually, what do you think, 50,000 books?
Even so, maybe 30. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was that basement. It was all shelved in. It was like a labyrinth.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
And only 1 or 2 bedrooms on the first floor. You know, they had actual living space in that house.
Yeah, they did. And then there was some in the attic too. Well, that was quite an epic journey with Bob.
Yeah, it was. And again, a lot of sweat, a lot of bruised arms, picking up those bloody 80-pound boxes. And a lot of labor involved.
But we're grateful to him for calling us, and for anybody else out there that has a huge collection, you don't know what to do with it. That's our specialty. We do large libraries. It's pretty much our specialty.
Absolutely.
I don't know if any other dealers that can pull it off as well as we can.
The Bob job took me maybe a total of 8 man-hours.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and that includes palletizing, shrink wrapping, the travel time. The delays were basically no information or bad information. Had I known I needed a cordless screwdriver, I would have come prepared. And Bob fiddling with the bad keys, that amounted to a lot of loss of time.
Lots of lost time. Thanks, Bob. No, we do love you, Bob. We'll be in touch soon. All right. Well, we're going to move on to our, I guess, our farewell segment for this episode.
Yes, we are. Hey, Okay, thanks for joining us for our 4th episode of the Book Brothers. I'm Michael Zubal.
And again, I'm Tom Zubal, and if you're thinking books, think Zubal Books. And we really enjoy dealing with scholarly and rare books, and that's what we do best.
Yeah, if you need to, give us a call, 216-241-7640. Think books, think Zubal.
www.zubalbooks.com. I think we're on Facebook and Twitter as well, although we're not super active I don't really want them stealing much of our data and selling it to foreign entities or whatever. So we're a little low key on that.
That's right.
But it was good to, again, beware of fake listings. Never buy from bookjackers.
Bye-bye.
And take care.
Book Brothers is produced at the Zubal Books Warehouse and Offices, 2969 West 25th Street, Cleveland, Ohio. Musical introduction, interludes, and outro are written and performed by Slap, Cleveland's premier jazz trio. slapjazz.com. All rights reserved.